So how do we do it? Well, first of all, you buy yourself a nice big head of cauliflower because you need about 6 or 7 cups of cauliflower that you have chopped up, or as they say today, riced. Cut it up so that it looks like small grains of rice. And you can do this in a bowl with a knife, or you can do it in a food processor. I think the food processor is a whole lot easier to do. But anyway, you need about 6 to 7 cups of the riced cauliflower. And then what you want to do is you want to get some of the water out of it because you want to make a crust that's going to really hold up that you can cut. So what I do is I spread it out on a baking sheet, on a piece of parchment paper, put it in the oven around 350 for about 20 minutes or so, just to dry it out a little bit. So this has been toasted, so to speak. And so we have our 6 to 7 cups. And with it, we're going to add some eggs because we need something that is going to bind this. So 2 eggs will do it, 2 eggs in a bowl. And this idea came to me because there are so many people today who have a problem with gluten. So let's just break up the eggs a little bit. And we're going to give them a little salt and a little pepper and mix that in with our cauliflower. And then to help bind it even further, we want to have some cheese. And today I'm using Asiago cheese. Cheese that comes from the Veneto. This is a cow's milk cheese, and we've grated it up now, and it's perfect for this. You could also use a Parmigiano for this if you wanted to. So about 3/4 of a cup of Asiago grated, or a cup, however much you want. And then about 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs. This is going to help dry this crust out. So it's really easy. So you mix this all together, and then we're going to form this into a pizza. And you can use a pizza pan for this. If you wanted to do this on a stone, a pizza stone in your oven, you could with a piece of parchment paper and a peel. That's another way that I've done it. But I think it makes a really respectable pizza when you think about it. So once you've got it mixed together, and I'm going to put the spoons down now because I have to use my hands. You want to get it pretty much amalgamated together. So then you just take this and put it on the parchment paper. And then you just press it out. You can make it as thin or as thick as you would like. I like it fairly thin because in Italy, of course, you know, a pizza is a personal thing. You don't really share the pizza that you order. You order it for yourself, and it's usually a dinner plate size, so it's about 10 inches in diameter, and it's supposed to be just for you. So you can make this as thick or as thin as you want, but you really want to compact it down, get it into a nice rounded shape along the edges. So in it goes. Got to keep your eye on it. I would say about 25, 30 minutes. And I have one that I did a little earlier for you. And you can see how nice and crusty that is already. So look, you can lift it up, see? Like a crust, it's not going to fall apart. Now, this is good, so I'm going to set that aside for a minute while I prepare the toppings. But it's a nice variation on a margherita. So there's the cheese. We're going to give that a little salt because mozzarella by itself is pretty mild and bland. And then we're going to put the tomatoes on randomly here and there. You want to have some olive oil handy. Is this looking nice? Your friends are going to be very, very surprised when you say, oh, come on over for pizza. And when they taste it, they go, well, how'd you make the crust? You say, oh, it's cauliflower. They're going to be very, very impressed. Okay, there are the tomatoes. And they're all going to sink into that. And then we want to go with a little bit of olive oil. Just a little drizzle over the top. Brush it here and there. And that's it. Now it can go in the oven.